going to teach to you the chapter number first, which will be the very awesome. So which headings I'll be teaching to you, I will mention it here. The which portion I am teaching to you, dear students, you can open your book. Okay, you can be open your book so that you can be understand where I am reading, which line I am explaining, which words can be difficult for you, which words meaning I am telling to you. So for these portions you can be open your book with my video. Okay, so first heading which I want to tell to you that what can we do about the past. So this is the first heading, page number 1 in NCERT book. Okay, so dear students, one by one I am going to read which line will be difficult for you. I will be tell to you the full explanation and I will be try to full satisfy to you. Okay, so once again, welcome in this class. There are several things we can find out. There are several means many. Several means many. Okay, there are several things we can find out. What we can find out? There are several things. There are many things that what people add. What people add in the early time, the kinds of the clothes they wore. What kind of the clothes they were wearing, you have to know. The houses in which they lived. Our forefathers, the earliest peoples, how they were living their life, how they were eat, and how they wore clothes about those. We can find out about the lives of the hunters, the which peoples they were hunting the animals, how they were living their life. Herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priests, craftspersons, artists, musicians, and scientists. We can also find out about the games children played. Wow. Dear students, maybe in this time you like to play cricket, volleyball, carom, ludo, and you can be categorized it indoor game and outdoor game. But better you can be considered about when we have no knowledge about that, this is a game. So in early age, peoples were the play were being peoples had been played which games? In early age, peoples had been played which games? You should be the think about. Okay, so maybe what kind of the games your grandfather were played? Yeah, what kind of games your grandfather's father had played? So what were the reason of? Yeah, what kind of games they had played in the life? Okay. We can also find out about the games children played, the stories. Do you like stories? Yes, stories they hear. Suppose that in this time your grandmother listened to you the stories. So at that time in the early age, their grandfather or grandmother, what kind of stories they had listened to them, what kind of songs they sang. Okay, dear students, so that's for the reason you have to search the range of these questions and try to know that what was the lifestyle of that early age people. So second topic which I am going to teach to you, it is where did people live? Where did people live? Where did people live? Okay, so that is a question which answer you have to search from this information. Okay, dear students. So find out river Narmada. Okay, do you know that this is a map of India? Here is river Narmada. Here is river Narmada. Okay, and Tapi. Okay, there are two rivers which flow from east to west. Okay, so you look in this picture, in this map. You can be know that what is location of Narmada river. Narmada and Son river, both are important. Which rivers about I'm going to explain. People have lived along the banks of the river for several hundred years ago. Why the peoples they were living the coastal the region of the rivers? Because food, water, forest for making the houses, all the things which were the necessary materials, they were easily the gain from these regions. So that peoples they were live their lives in that areas. Like a Narmada river, Tapi, they are the both river and also Son. These are rivers which mentioned in the history. They were to play the various roles for the life of the peoples in the early ages. Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, and also Indus River. Okay, these are rivers. They played the various role for the conduct life of the earliest people. Some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers. That is, people who gathered their food. We knew about vast wealth of plant in surrounding the forest. Beta, you know that? What does it mean of the forest? Forest means an area there is no arrangement of the plants, but they grow at there in the number of. Okay, that's area called the forest. If you are living in the forest, so what kind of the standard you can be put in your spirit? Maybe it will be the hardable for you to survive the life of you. Though when you are living in the forest, you want to the fixed your life in the city. If you can say the people they want to live their lives in the city, and suppose that they want to migrate their life in the forest area, so what kind of the disturbance they can be feel. Okay, so in your common life, in your general life, when you were apart from your home and you'll be go to new places, and what kind of the thinkings and uncomfortable you were the feeling at that moment, you can realize about. Okay, they knew about the vast wealth of the plants in surroundings forest, and collect roots, fruits, other forest products for their food. They also the hunted animals. In the early age, there was not be good source of the agriculture, and there was not a system of the formation of the plants and the grow of the crops. So at the situation of the totally peoples, they were depend on the forest. Yeah, we can say they were depend on the animals. So they were eating the flesh of the animals, and also they were eating the fruit and the roots of the plants. Okay. One more paragraph. Now find a Suleiman and the Kirthar hills to the north forest. Okay. So there are the mountain, and now the find out Suleiman and the Kirthar hills. Suleiman and Kirthar hills. And Kirthar hills. Suleiman and Kirthar hills. In this time, these are situated in in Pakistan. This is your Suleiman Hills. This is Suleiman's Hills, and this is called Kirthar Hills. Suleiman. This is called Suleiman Hills, and this is called Kirthar Hills. Kirthar Hills. Okay. So this is out of India. These two hills, they are situated in the country, and it is situated in this here, and Suleiman is situated in this time in the Pakistan. Okay, in near about Kabul areas in Afghanistan. Okay, here is the river of the Indus. Here is the river of Indus. So Kirthar is here, and Suleiman is here, near about Afghanistan and the Pakistan border. Okay. Some of the areas where the Oman and men first began to grow the crops. That's an important point for you. Such as wheat and barley about 8,000 years ago. The peoples they were started the first time to grow the crops such as wool, wheat and barley. Located here. Okay. So Suleiman and Kether, they were the two places the peoples had tried to grow the two crops, wheat and barley, the first time, here and here. People also began to rearing the animals. Rearing means look after. Rearing means look after. Animals like sheep, goat and cattle and lived in the villages. In the early age, you know that about also, the peoples mostly they believed to the life as a wanderer life. They were like, sometimes they were living at here and the next time will be the go and there and okay. So this is the process of jhum cultivation, you know that about. But after the peoples they realized that for the long life you should be the step for the one place and okay. Locate the Garo the hills to the northeast and the Vindhyas in the central India. These were some of the other areas where the agriculture developed. Okay, so know that Garo and Jaintia. Okay, so the locate the Garo hills. Okay, Garo hills. Okay? The Garo hills is situated. The Garo hills is situated. Garo Hills is situated here. Okay, it is situated in the near the river of the Brahmaputra. It is situated near of the Brahmaputra. This is called the Garo Hills. Garo Hills near the Brahmaputra river. Okay, maybe it is situated in the some part of Assam and the Mizoram, and it is at the Tripura border. Okay. So here is the location of the Garo Hills. Garo and the Vindhyas. You know that about the Vindhyas at here. It is in the Madhya Pradesh near about. So Vindhyas. Okay. Garo and the Vindhyas. They were the two hills in the India. They were the areas where the agriculture developed. So you know that about, I told to you that 4 hills. Suleiman Hills, it is situated near about Pakistan and Afghanistan. And Kether, it is situated here. Okay. And in Vindhyas and the Garo Hills, both are also the places important for the development of the agriculture. Okay, dear friends. So for today, that's enough. And in next class, I will teach to you. I will suggest that you can read this chapter once again. So tomorrow I will be teach to you the Trace and river Indus and its tributaries. Okay, dear friends. Okay. So tomorrow I will be teach to you the Trace, the rivers Indus and its tributaries. That's important. Okay, dear friends. Maybe for this purpose you should read a paragraph.